Sorry, I had the mute button pushed. But I don't think you need sound to see what we're watching this morning. We do believe that Danny has begun her birthing process. Now, don't forget that Danny is 2 years old. We made sure to skip her first couple of cycles, kept her off the bulls to make sure that we didn't get her bred too early. And so everything is according to plan. I don't know for a fact, but once again, I do believe we are a week or two earlier than what I thought. Patsy, y'all have to leave her alone. Let her be, Patsy. If Danny somehow walks up towards my gate, I will let her out of this pasture so she can kind of spend some time by herself. She's such a shy, sweet little thing that they're not bothering her. They're just curious. They're just trying to see what's going on. And I want to keep a close eye on her. If we see any signs of distress, we will jump in immediately. But as of right now, Danny's just kind of beginning to do some contractions. And then I think that we have a discharge of some sort coming out of her. I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. I'm scared to talk about anything related to birthing because I was so wrong last week whenever our sweet Ruby Sue over here had herself a miscarriage. I was so off. And so it was you guys who helped call everything out. So we're going to keep a really close eye on Danny. I'm hoping that Patsy and the other girls will go ahead and walk on away and leave her be. Sometimes nature can be quite brutal. No different. Sweetie, you know, it's not just about you. It's not just about you. She's like, well, people were very supportive to me, Dad. So Danny should know that people on your page can be very supportive. And yes, they can be. So thank you all for being so supportive of Ruby last week. Winch, don't forget, I have my suspicions that Ruby still has a baby in there. She has not slimmed down none at all. I think she miscarried one and she still has another. I do believe that, and I'm sticking with it. I do not think that she's done. But this morning we're watching our sweet Danny, who seems to be trying to push it out. We're hoping for a smooth delivery. But thank you guys for joining me on an early Saturday morning. Jamie was actually going to come over and have coffee with me this morning before we take the boys back to Plum Grove. We have Connor and Lex, and Stephanie needs Connor back, and I know that my mom and dad want to spend at least another day with Lex. So we'll be taking them over to Plum Grove. I'll tell you what, though, it might end up being to where Jamie's going to have to do it herself because I don't really know if I should leave. What am I talking about? You know I'm not going to leave. You know I'm not going to leave. There's no way I can leave. I do have the welder and his assistant coming over today to do some jobs. They're going to start working on that second open-aired barn, the one we talked about. So they may pull through here pretty soon. I think that they're scheduled to be here at 8. And so I may have to get on my side-by-side and move it. As a matter of fact, I know I have to because I have water running up at the barn. I need to go switch my water over. So if you want to hang out for a bit, guys, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to drive up. I could leave you on my tripod. There's no guarantee that she's going to stay in focus, though. But I can leave you on the tripod while I drive up right quick. And I might drive up real fast and try to get that water switched over. You guys give me one moment here, okay? I'm going to drive up, change my water over, and then I'll drive back. And I think that if I can get you set up in a nice spot here, you can watch and see what happens while I'm gone. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Stop screaming at me. This takes time. Okay, I will be right back. You guys still here? So I don't see any change since we left a few minutes ago. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Now, you guys can always use your own device to zoom in. You don't need me to do it for you. I remind you of that just because we have folks who don't realize that with your own device, like a phone, an iPad, anything that you can manipulate with your fingers, you can always zoom in on your own. Now, guys, you do know that things like this can take hours. So we're not going to stay here the whole time and just have my phone in the heat, in the sun. It will turn off. But what I will do is give you my word that I will keep a very close eye on her. This is our sweet Danny. I'm not going to leave her. I do have to get Connor and Lex to Plum Grove, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have Jamie drive them, and Jamie will absolutely do that without question, no problem. Jamie will be here first, though, to have coffee with you all. So at 9:30, we go live on Jamie's channel and I'm a Survivor Sanctuary for coffee. And we'll do that with you guys today as well. I don't see a reason not to have coffee. Danny's not in distress. She doesn't appear to have any issues or complications. So we're just going to watch and wait. And when she begins to push, then we'll make sure that baby's turned the right direction and that we have a smooth delivery. Guys, I'm not able to read any of your comments. So if any of the moderators want to just send me a text and let me know if there's some kind of major concern. But from what I see, everything's fine. And we're not going to panic and freak out. You don't just holler and run to the vet when your animal gives birth, guys. You don't load a large animal, especially, unless you have a complication of some sort. And even then, it's going to require a vet call to come here. Let me zoom in a little bit for you for those who like to see things like this. So Danny's just kind of doing some nervous eating. Here comes a contraction. Push it out, sweetie. It would be so wonderful if she could push this baby out right here while we're all together. That would be so wonderful. She goes, what kind of girl has to have her baby on the side of a highway? I think that might make for a very interesting name idea. What's that song about that woman who is driving down the highway and she picks up a guy and something about his eyes. Come on, y'all. Help me with this one over here. There's a song. It's an older song, like from the 80s or the 90s, about a woman driving down the highway. And Highway Hannah. That's cute, Highway Hannah. Jesus, take the wheel. I can't read hardly anything. Heart. Guys, I can't tell. I can't read what you're saying. Gosh darn it. I can't read anything without my glasses on. I can't see. I'm sorry, I can't see. I'm trying to focus as hard as I can and I just can't see. Caroline. I'm sorry, I just can't see. I cannot see. I cannot read a darn comment. I'm trying to see and I can't. But there's a song about a woman who's driving down a highway and I think that she's lonely. And she picks up a hitchhiker and then years later she sees her baby's eyes. She can see that stranger in her baby's eyes, which you already know what happened. You already know what happened with that stranger. But I just forgot what that song is called. I'll have to Google it. Or I'll go back and look here whenever I get off the live. I can put on a pair of glasses. Yeah, I don't usually keep glasses in my, I don't usually keep glasses, reading glasses in my side-by-side. I probably should. But the fact that Danny is having her baby along the highway here might give y'all some really interesting baby naming ideas. Poor baby, having to have a baby along the highway. Poor baby. She deserves better. I'll tell you what, I'm going to really have to work on keeping better records, because I did not expect this week. I knew we had babies a-coming, but I also will be the first to admit that I never saw Danny. I've even said this to you guys. I never saw Danny being frisky with anybody. I never saw anyone being frisky with her. But she was on the pasture with Waylon when we let all the bulls with their respective partners. And so this would be a Waylon baby. And friends, this may be a bit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and let you guys go before my phone overheats. We have that sun coming up and it's getting hot. It's starting to bake us over here. Danny's fine. You don't have to worry about Danny. If she does walk up to the gate, which I don't think that she will, she'll spend her time here because she doesn't want to be messed with. She'll probably spend her time right over here with me. I'll keep an eye on her. I'll come back and forth. And Danny is gentle enough to where I can go in the pasture with her. What I hope that she'll do on her own is walk over to that other tree in that shade. That would be wonderful. And so I understand that at times like this, in any time that you do anything off the beaten path, you're going to open yourself up for tons and tons of criticism. And guys, I trudge on. I trudge on. Fire away, friends, fire away, because the bullets ricochet. Now, I don't know for a fact if anyone's being critical. I'm just assuming that in videos like this, people are. But remember, I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Ricochet. I am titanium. Anyway, I don't really want to make y'all have to listen to my singing for much longer. I know you can't handle that. I give you my word. I will keep a close eye on her, and I will make decisions based on those who are in the know, and not solely based on internet. But thank you guys for your concern and your love, your worry. I get it. But you'll have to put it in my hands now. God forbid, you got to leave it in my hands for a little bit. Jamie and I will be back at 9:30. I don't even know what time it is now. But we will be back at 9:30. And at that point, we will bring you an update on Sweet Danny, have a cup of coffee, and I promise I'll keep making trips back and forth checking on her. And if at any point I have to intervene, I can do so. We love you, sweetie. We love you, baby girl. You got this, Danny. You got this, sweetie. You got this. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching. We'll catch you guys in a few minutes on the I'm a Survivor channel, along with From Suits to Boots.